Three, two, one. What's up, mi gente? Let's get right into this week's video. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually miss traffic. It sounds crazy, but in the whole span of what's happening right now, the title kind of explains it. Appreciate the little things, because with this whole Illinois state law where it's stay at home basically, this COVID-19 slash coronavirus has gotten serious. And I didn't think I was going to make another video of this, but now that it's 2 and we got basically a whole nother week before April 7th comes around, I'm doing these episodes in 2s. So I take one day and whatever the watermark is showing, I'm shooting 2 episodes because there's just so much going on, even though not really, but here's my story of what's been happening. The world's basically coming to an end. I don't want to laugh about that, but it has gotten serious. So I've been quarantined basically 2 weeks now, and I got next week and then the week after that will be April 7th, and that's when, as of right now, the governor of Illinois put that halt, and then I believe CPS schools are supposed to be going back April 20th. I had a dentist appointment for the 30th or 31st, whatever, this upcoming Monday, and that obviously got rescheduled. And it's just, I don't want to say it's scary times, but then I kind of think back of like a year ago, around January, Drake had dropped a 2-pack, and I believe it was called like Scary Times. And a year later, he drops a song with Future called Life is Good. And life has been everything but good. Highest unemployment, the stock market's going down, people talking about recessions, people losing their jobs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. Like last week, I couldn't sleep. I was thinking, like, what if, God forbid, knock on wood, if I had the call and they're like, yo, we have to leave. Like, right now, it's for a regular person and a person who you would say does live check to check, it's scary times. I mean, what can I say? I mean, we're basically forced to be stuck at home. And even though I'm glad that I made the move before I did, because otherwise I would have been in my apartment alone, and that I can't even think about how that would have been. Like, I would have just been going crazy. I would have been talking to myself, like, I would basically been doing this all the time. And like, the weather I'm looking at the weather right now, like, it's windy, cold, rainy. Like, finally yesterday I got out to go visit my parents and, check up on them. And 2 weeks ago, I actually got sick. I just can't believe that I'm living in this time. And I know everybody's talking about, oh my God, this disease, giving stats, and you think, this episode isn't for that. This episode is that I'm living through this. I don't know what's next. I feel like this has been a big restart. And like my mom said yesterday, there's a reason for all of this. For there to be a disease that has literally put the world on a halt. And I want to say about 75% of Americans are forced to be at home. Social distancing these are words that I've heard over and over. Social distancing, wash your hands, 6 feet away, stay home, lock down. And not to say that I'm living in fear, but this is like, I even talking with my parents and older people, I'm like, this has never happened. Like, people who are seniors to me, who are older than me, like, they've never seen this. Like, I remember 2018 with, the banks and the housing systems and, the crash and the depression. I think it was more of a recession that we had. But, like, I remember that. And it's nowhere the level it is, like, with what's happening right now. And, like I started off this episode, like, I kid you not, like, and here's the thing, what everybody's saying, oh, when this is over, when it turns, like, there's no specific date. It's not like, unless if tomorrow, the news hits and says, hey, we found a cure to this COVID-19, like, then sure, things could go back. But I even think, like, my prediction is, I feel like people, especially the people who work in the, service industry, like, servers, bartenders, people that, restaurant workers, like, people who depend on people to work. It's like, I want to say unbelievable, but then I know for a fact that there's going to be people that walk away from this situation with bags of money, because there are people right now who are living okay and they got money aside and they're seeing the stock market go down and they're gonna bet and basically put it all on black and say, you know what, in 6 months this is gonna be better, so let me buy low so in 6 months I can sell high. So for example, if you buy, like, let's say a stock of, that's typically worth like $300, and you buy, let's say right now it's at $1.50. If you buy 10 of them, right, you spend about what, $1,500. You can triple that money whenever this is over. And I don't know when this is gonna be over. I mean, I keep asking people and kind of trying to glaze, but nobody has that answer. Like, I'm telling you, unless if there's a cure that comes tomorrow, there's nothing. I mean, I'm hoping they don't push this stay home state law further than April 7th. I hope April 7th is the day where they're like, okay, let's, with caution, let's kind of reopen the door, people go back to work. Thankfully, I work in a job that provided the equipment that I needed to be able to work from home, and I've been doing that. But I know when I go back into the office, it's not going to be the same. And just, this has hit everybody. It's just not like me. It's not the people around me. It's everybody. It's everybody in the U.S. It's everybody in the world. Like, I think about the resorts that, that like I've been to, like Cancun or DR. Like, those people depend on tourism to be able to make money. And when you look at the news and you see places like Italy, that is a very high tourist country, and you see places like Miami, and you see these places literally like on lockdown where nobody can be out. It's like we're living in a movie. And even me talking about this right now, I just can't believe what I'm saying, because I don't think nobody was prepared for this. And I did hear Bill Gates went back with a TED Talk, and he talked this week, and I watched it. It was like an hour, and he was kind of explaining, the benefits and everything that's going on. But me personally, what's helped me is talking to the people around me, the people who opinions, I hold in high regard, and speaking to these people, it has helped me. Like, I like I said, I'll be frank with you. Last week, especially the first week, I couldn't sleep because all you're thinking about is like, what's gonna happen? What's next? Like, you don't know. Like, the unknowing is the worst situation you ever want to be in. And this is a wake-up call for me too, because I'm on a mission right now to get to a place financially where, if this, God forbid, ever were to happen again, like, I want to be prepared. But right now I'm not. And, like, conversations were had and were held, and I did think about a plan B. And once that plan B has been installed, even though I don't want to be there, I at least know it's there. And that to me has given me help. And what I've been doing is walking. I've been doing a lot of walking. Like every day I'm trying to hit 10,000 steps. And, with my lady, I tell her, let's go out, let's go get some fresh air, because if we're stuck in the house all day, we're going to go crazy. Boredom, all you can do is watch social media, and even that I don't think is healthy, because it's like I got a notification today of like my screen time, and I think it was like 8 or 9 hours of screen time a day. I'm just like, come on, Apple, you know that people are stuck at home. Like, I looked at even at like my internet usage, and I think my home internet right now, it's like at 4, it should be probably passing 500 gigs. Like, I kid you not, it's at that level. Like, and my phone itself, I think, is like maybe 100, 200 gigabytes. It's insane. It's scary times that we're living at. I think the one thing looking back at this is whatever you do as you please. So, going to Target and not worrying about, Lysol things, and people like being on high regards, and seeing X's on the floor, and grocery stores being open earlier so like older people can get in there. Like, these are like, people are just adjusting to the time. People are just figuring it out and doing what they can do, and hoping for a better day. Like, we're hoping that tomorrow is going to be better than today. I don't know how things are going to be when they go back to normal. I don't know. But what I do know is I will be appreciating moments that before I had taken for granted. And with all that being said, I will see you next week